We are told Nigeria is broke, but in the shadows of that poverty, billions vanished. Trillions are unaccounted for, and yet no one is arrested, not a single person fired. Instead, they board private jets to Kigali. This is the Nigerian tragedy. This is the theater of absurd. And once again, the joke is on the people. Welcome to another hard-hitting episode of Unbiased with Enito. Now let's start with the hard truth. If you are rich in Nigeria and you steal public money, nothing will happen to you. You won't go to jail, you won't lose your job, you won't even lose your friends. Why? Because Nigeria is anti-corruption performance, a stage play, a PR stunt. Agencies like EFCC, ICPC are often used as political bulldogs, backing when the master commands, silent when the master is involved.
2017 to 2023 has over 200 trillion to account for to Nigerians. As events unfold, we may eventually have to put our report to the relevant anti-corruption agencies to continue to investigate and get these monies refunded to government. It's as simple as that. But for now, that's what we will have to say. But as events unfold, maybe if for some reasons you are able to clear these issues, so be it. But I don't know how that can be done, because the audited financial statements have long been in the public domain.
The NNPC, our supposed national treasure, has come under Senate investigation for discrepancies totaling 210 trillion naira. That's nearly 4 times Nigeria's entire federal budget. What did the NNPC do in response? Did they issue a public apology, open up their books? No. They booked 5 private jets to Kigali for a luxury retreat at the 5-star Marriott Hotel suite as high as 3,700 per night, while millions of Nigerians can't even afford Gary. The managers of your oil wealth are soaking in jacuzzis in Rwanda.
If there are questions that I can't answer, then the committee would have to kindly give me time to find the answers and come to you. Again, I'm saying I'm on hold, and I have to say the truth and nothing but the truth. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. We will take them now to whatever time we're able to stop.
Let's be honest. Why wouldn't Nigerians steal public funds? If you are never prosecuted, allowed to flee with your loot, rewarded with political appointments, then corruption becomes not just a risk, it becomes a career path. Every civil servant, every minister, every special advisor sees the same thing. You only get punished for being poor, not for being corrupt. With 133 million Nigerians living in multi-dimensional poverty, the biggest motivator for young Nigerians isn't hard work anymore. It's access to government, because that is where the money is. And where there are no consequences, Nigeria produces oil.
NNPC, please, can you explain to this committee why retained earnings of NAPIMS should be reducing, melting away, or disappearing without official declaration and payment of dividends? As at 31st December 2016, NAPIMS had retained earnings of 8.4 trillion. And that can be seen on page 58 of NAPIMS 2020 annual financial statement. From 2017 to 2021, NAPIMS declared additional profit of 9 trillion naira. This means that the retained earnings as at 31st December 2021 should be 17.4 trillion naira. Can you therefore explain why you declared only 9 trillion?
gas, gold, tin, limestone. We are the 6th largest oil producing country in the world, and yet over 70% of our oil revenue goes to servicing debts. We import refined fuel despite our oil-rich nations. Our children sit on bare floors in classrooms without roofs. Let's take a look at NNPC's financial disaster. 103 trillion in accrued expenses, including retention fees and legal charges that no one can explain. A subsidiary declared 9 trillion profits, while the main company declared a 16 billion naira loss. How? The answer: systemic theft, institutional fraud. Now compare Nigeria to Dubai, which also relies heavily on oil revenue. They built a world-class city. Their airline competes globally. Their citizens get free education, healthcare, and housing support.
256 billion, which is on page 48 of the audited financial statement. Then 2023, 2019 was blank, 2021 blank, 2022 blank, and then 2023, 899 billion, page 63. Now, questions as a result of what I read. What is the basis of this change loss charges deducted from our crude oil revenue? Can you explain to this committee how you charged or deducted 2.7 trillion as exchange loss against crude oil proceeds of only 3.6, even when the cost of running the JVs are handled with IOCs through cash call funds?
Nigeria and Dubai started from the same oil wealth. One became a paradise, the other became poverty. Let's talk about the Kigali retreat. As the Senate was grilling NNPC over their shady accounts, top executives secretly arranged 5 private jets to Rwanda. Not Abuja, not even Lagos, not even Obudu, Kigali. Not for reform, not for public accountability, but for luxury. Think about it. The cost of the trip could fund thousands of public schools, or buy essential medicine for rural hospitals, or subsidize the power sector that is still stuck in blackout mode. Instead, it's all been burned on room service and spa treatments. What's worse, one of the key players allegedly facilitating this getaway is the son-in-law of a former vice president. That's how deep the road goes. Nepotism, cronyism, collusion. The people are dying, but the elite are flying. When you hear news like this, do you ever feel like a fool? You pay your tax and your leaders party with it. You stand in line to vote, but thieves already wrote the results. You speak out and they call you unpatriotic. You suffer in silence and they say you are resilient. We now live in a country where poverty is deliberate and corruption is organized and justice is optional. Look at the way I'm sweating. And this is because it is the only time now we have to speak the truth. If there is reform in this country, a lot of people will not even dare to steal public money and flaunt with it. The only times Nigerians unite is when we suffer together. Why is it so hard for one high-profile thief to be jailed? Why do whistleblowers get punished more than looters? Why is a 210 trillion naira scandal melt with silence from the presidency?
Before I continue, for crying out loud, these figures are mind-boggling and scary, especially under this administration, that our president is so concerned and so committed to making the difference, to make the life of Nigerians better. With all these figures here and there, they're so. But anyway, in 2022 and 2023, when NAPIMS, we all need to help this administration, for crying out loud. We must. Because the administration is for Nigerians. And we, from this side of the divide, are representatives of Nigerians. In 2022 and 2023, when NAPIMS independent audited financial statements were stopped, NNPCL's group audited financial statement stopped reflecting the charges for direct production costs. This therefore cast doubt on the authenticity. Anyway, this, like I said, some of these questions will be recurring because in the course of the exercise earlier, some of these questions were asked.
If there were any seriousness in governance, NNPC heads will be suspended pending investigation. The Kigali trip would be cancelled immediately. Anti-graft agencies will begin arrests, not tweets. But in Nigeria, corruption is a tradition and accountability is a myth. Make no mistake, this will be part of the 2027 elections. Nigerians may not forget that. Their oil money-funded foreign hotel suites, while their children could not even feed. Their leaders were silent where trillions vanished. Their suffering was mocked with luxury getaways.
NNPC slash your external auditors, I hope you are taking note of all these questions.
We are unable to write as fast as you are speaking, sir.
We will give you the question.
We will give you the question.
That's what I said earlier.
This is like, it's for the public to know.
I think you have done
I think we have done enough. Yeah. If it is for the public, I think we have done enough because I'm running out of breath.
If change must come, it has to begin with a mass movement of informed, angry, and determined citizens. Not by praying alone, not by vibes, but by voting differently, protesting strategically, demanding accountability. The question now is, how long will Nigerians allow this cycle to continue? This is not just about NNPCs. This is about a retreat in Kigali. This is not about a retreat in Kigali, but about the soul of Nigeria being robbed day and night. Until we wake up, they will continue to steal. Until we resist, they will continue to laugh. And until we hold them accountable, they will never stop flying. This has been Unbiased with Enito. No gimmicks, no propaganda, just the truth. And I will continue to say the truth because Nigeria is in a situation where if we don't continue to stand up and call our leaders and hold them to account, this country will be a sinking ship in no time. And if Nigeria does not exist, what is the hope for you and I, who barely struggle and survive just to make ends meet? Goodbye. I am Oluwatobi Enito.